Hi. So yesterday I did a video on ARC, which is automatic reference counting used in the Apple world, essentially iOS, tvOS, macOS. And a lot of people think that since I'm using ARC, well, the memory management's being done for me by the compiler. I don't really have to worry about memory management. And that's actually not the case. You do have to worry about memory management in some instances. And so one of the things you're going to come across if you do any maintenance on any iOS or macOS applications is you'll see lots of places where you'll see weak and strong in the code. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to do a quick video kind of showing where you want to use these keywords, what they mean, and how do they apply to reference counting. So let's take a look. So if we take a look at this example right here, one thing we'll see that I have two classes here. I have this one vehicle class and I have a person class, and I'm calling some methods on there. If I'm going to come up here to the vehicle class, you can see here that I have two properties, one for the name and then I have another one pointing to the other class. So in this case, this is the vehicle class and I have a property here that I'm pointing to the person. And if I come over here to the person class, one of the things we'll see that we also have a vehicle property that points to a vehicle. So you can see how that one is pointing to the other. And this is one of the places where you kind of have to be careful, because essentially what you're doing is you're creating a circular dependency. And that's when ownership and reference counting, they can kind of bite you. So let's take a quick look and see what happens. So if I come back in here, and let's say I take the car, which is a vehicle, and I take the person property, and I set that equal to person. And then if I come over here to the person, and I take the vehicle property, and I'm going to set that equal to the car. Now I have each one pointing to the other one. And I can go ahead and run this. And we can step through here and we can see the car and the vehicle are being set. And that appears to run fine, but the problem is what we've actually done here is we've actually created a memory leak. So one of the things I'm going to do right now is I'm going to come over here to the implementation for the vehicle, and I'm going to call it Diop Method. The Diop Method is essentially a method that gets called when and if this object gets destructed. In other words, the runtime decides we don't need this object anymore, it can be thrown away, this method will be called. And I'm going to do the same thing here on person. So let's come back to this now, run this again, and I'm going to step through that. And we can see that it ran through, but neither one of those methods was called. So what I'm going to go ahead and do right now is I'm going to come over here to, let's say, I'm going to go to the person. And I'm going to change this strong attribute to a weak attribute. And let's try running that again and see what happens. Now you can see here in the console that both objects were destroyed. And the reason for that is because we're using a weak reference in one, we have a strong reference in the other one, but we have a weak reference in the other one, that gets rid of the circular dependency. And now ARC can actually dispose of both objects. So I'm going to step through that one more time just so we can see what happens here, because this is happening inside of an auto release pool. So we can see right now, greeting gets created, person's same name gets called. We're done with this scope, and then boom, once we're out of the auto release pool, it's destroyed both objects. So I did a whole video talking about what automatic reference counting is. If you actually go up here, you can see there's a link to that video. And if you like what you're seeing right now, please subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much and have a good day.